Amongst the most influential of the new religions was Jainism. Jain philosophers and adherents strove for total nonviolence. At the heart of it is the doctrine of Jiva, which is roughly translated as a distinct living entity that exists regardless of the physical body. Your Jiva is yours, but it's existed before. It is another human being, an animal, a divinity, or even an insect. Jain philosophers speculate there are 8,400,000 levels of birth, each ranked from dust to divinity. Jains taught that karma, or deeds you perform on one birth, decides the level of birth in the next incarnation. Karma is a particulate substance produced by violence. It sticks to your jiva, weighing it down, leading you to lower birth. So how do you get rid of it? Living in this world burns off some karma. Voluntarily taking on suffering burns even more. A truly non-violent person could rise beyond the constant birth, death, and rebirth, and result in the jiva no longer existing. Jainist doctrines became popular in the 6th century BC. According to Jain tradition, there are 24 models of those who escaped the pattern of birth, death, and rebirth. They're known as Ford crossers, whose jiva had gone from this world. The absolute peace is described as nirvana. Think of this as a candle flame. Every wind, no matter how gentle, makes the flame move around. But once gone, nothing in the material world can affect it. Mahavira, or Great Hero, was born in northern India around 540 BC to a prominent Kshatriya family. In his conception, gestation, and birth, it is said that he remained completely nonviolent. He is said to have never kicked his mother in the womb, nor did he cause his mother any labor pains. During his youth, he did not follow his caste calling as warriors. He left home around the age of 30, seeking salvation by escaping this perpetual incarnation cycle. For 12 years, he wandered throughout the Ganges Valley, after which he attained enlightenment. He abandoned worldly goods, even his clothes, and taught an ascetic doctrine of detachment from the world. He ate minimal food, and only food that lacked a jiva, like grain that had yet to sprout. He meditated to gain insight on the true nature of existence. Until his death around 468 BC, he expounded his thought to a group of followers and disciples who formed a monastic order to perpetuate his message. He chose to burn off the last of his karma and achieve transcendence. He stood unmoving in order to avoid harming the microscopic jiva that might be around him. He fasted away his karmic matter by not eating or drinking. His jiva escaped his body, achieving nirvana. Jains believed that everything in the universe possesses a soul. As long as they remained in terrestrial bodies, these souls experienced suffering. Only by purification from selfish behavior could souls gain relief from their imprisonment and shed the burdens of karma and attain a state of absolute bliss.